Page 31. Better Never to Have Been, The Harm of Coming into Existence, by David Benatar, 2006. Chapter 2. Why Coming into Existence is Always a Harm. Never to have been born is best, but if we must see the light, the next best is quickly returning whence we came. When youth departs, with all its follies, who does not stagger under evils? Who escapes them? Sophocles. Sleep is good, death is better, but of course, the best would be never to have been born at all. Heinrich Heine. 2.1. Can coming into existence ever be a harm? Before it can be argued that coming into existence is always a harm, it must first be shown that it can never be a harm to come into existence. Some might wonder why this is so, for common sense suggests that a life can be so bad that coming into existence with such a life is most certainly a harm. This view, however, faces a serious challenge, one that has often been called the anon-identity problem or the paradox of future individuals. I begin, then, by explaining this problem and showing how it can be resolved. The problem arises in those cases where the only alternative to bringing a person into existence with a poor quality of life is not to bring that person into existence at all. In such circumstances it is impossible to bring the same person into existence without the condition that is thought to be harmful. This may occur, for instance, where prospective parents are carriers of a serious genetic disorder which, for one reason or another, they will pass on to their offspring. The choice is either to bring a defective child into existence or not to bring that child into existence at all. The development of genetic engineering may reduce the number of instances in which one is faced with such a choice, as it may be possible to bring the person into existence and correct the defect. However, it seems that at least some disorders will be such that eliminating them will amount to altering the identity of the being subject to the genetic engineering. In such cases the choice will be between bringing a defective child into existence or bringing a healthy, but different, child into existence. On other occasions the defective condition is not attributable to the person's constitution, genetic or otherwise, but rather to his environment. This is the case with the 14-year-old girl who has a baby but because of her own tender age is unable to provide it with adequate opportunities. If she conceives a child when she is older and better able to care for it, it will not be the same child, because it will have been formed from different gametes. So her alternative to bringing a socially compromised child into existence when she is 14 years old is not to bring that child into existence at all, irrespective of whether she later has another child. Whereas the claim that coming into existence is always a harm runs counter to most, but not all, people's intuitions, the claim that coming into existence in the aforementioned cases is a harm accords very well with popular intuition. Yet many jurists and philosophers have thought, for reasons I shall explain, that there is a logical obstacle to claiming that people whose impairments are inseparable from their existence are harmed by being brought into existence disabled. Page 33.